Let's take a look at what happened to Tesla today. So we closed at 248, up $17.51, almost 8% up. Post-market, we are up by additional buck. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's look at the facts. The chart is giving us the facts. Then we can take a look at the possible trading strategies that we could use. So guess what I am going to say? Tesla is into a downward trend. It's supposed to go down. This is what is supposed to be happening. As a whole, Tesla is supposed to go down. Yes, we may have little bit of a move up, and we have a little bit one right here. But as a whole, this is going down. Yes, we can profit from those moves up, but not on the daily chart. If we want to get a proper buy signal, we need to go on the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, do we have a signal? No, we don't have one. We have one criteria that we like to have. We have stochastic over 60. This is a fact, but we are still under this downward resistance. It's not wise to buy a stock that is close to a downward resistance because the resistance is supposed to make the stock cave in. So does not make much sense to buy it right now unless you want to buy and hold for 20 years. So right now, we are below our downward resistance. This is a fact. And also, we are below a horizontal resistance at 250-271. If we break the downward diagonal resistance, because we have stochastic over 60, then we can say we have a buy signal. Then this is going to be a buy up to 273.79 right here. A little bit of a swing, but this is not what we have yet. So we are waiting for high probability trade. And in order to have a high probability trade, this is what we need to have on the 1 hour chart. On the daily chart, we don't have stochastic over 60. So no, there is no trades to be had. On the daily chart, it's going to take at least a couple of weeks, maybe until May before we get a buy signal. But we are checking Tesla stock every single day. And we are going to call those buy signals on the 1 hour chart when we see them. If you want me to call the buy signals on the other stocks that we have in our list, it's a long list, then you need to become a member at the buy alert level or at the community member level. So right now, what can we say about Tesla? We can say that 217.65 is really holding. We stopped there on Monday. We bounced a little bit on Tuesday, and now we are going further away on Wednesday. This is a support that's really holding. But the big test is going to come right now because we have this downward resistance right here, and we are supposed to cave in. So let's see tomorrow if Tesla starts to cave in to that downward resistance right here. If we cave into that downward resistance, then we are going to eventually retest 217.65 right here. And we could be zigzagging a little bit on it. And then if we have a break there, then this is going to be a further sell signal on the daily chart this time because we already have stochastic under 60, which is one of our criteria. And we will have broken a horizontal resistance. Let's take a look at the VIX. So VIX is cooling off. We are down 2.69, closed at 24.22. So we are seeing a little bit of a cool off. It's still a high VIX above 20. So what I think we are seeing right now is a dead cat bounce a little bit. Stocks fell drastically and now they are bouncing, but it does not mean that they are really alive. They could be just as dead, but they are just bouncing. A 10-year bond coming higher today, but we are really reaching a horizontal resistance at 4.32. We cannot break that number. Let's take a look at the stock indices. Stock indices, Dow Jones is still above 41,368. We are barely holding, and we can even say that we closed below, but the close is so shallow that I don't like to call them close when we are really below, but it's just barely below. So I don't believe that yet. I want something stronger. SPX, we are rebounding a little bit, made a higher high, made a higher low. But if we go into more details, we see that we have a definite resistance at 56.33. Cannot make this up. Look at this. Boom, boom. It is stopping at that price. So yes, we have a little bit of a move up right here. This is an ascending triangle. So if we break 56.33, then we can consider that on the 1 hour chart, we are having a buy signal on the move up. But it has not happened yet. We need for it to happen. Nasdaq, a little bit of a rebound too, but pretty similar to what's happening with SPX. We have a little bit of a bounce, but it's still a red candle. So that's pretty interesting to see. So we have a little bit of a move up. This one has stochastic over 60, so this is a little bit better. If we don't have stochastic over 60, it's really hard to believe any move up without stochastic over 60. Russell, this one tried during the day. We see the long wick right here. It tried to go higher during the day, but then boom, it caved in. Let's take a look at the heat map. Yeah, things are looking a little bit more green. Green technology is greener. Consumer durables, the red. Electronic technology is a little bit mixed. Tesla up 8%. This is impressive in numbers and in percentage, but when you look at the overall pattern, this is where you understand if this is a significant move up or not. And it is not a significant move up. We had some economic data today, this morning. Core inflation rate, month over month, 0.2%. Forecast was 0.3%. So inflation seems to be improving. Core inflation year over year, this has not impacted the year over year yet. Inflation rate month over month, 0.2 instead of 0.3. And inflation rate year over year, we have a little bit of a decrease. So this is positive news. Nobody likes inflation. So this might have helped what we saw in the market today, a little bit of a move up. But would it be sustainable? We have to see it to believe it. Let's take a look at some Tesla news we have in our Discord server. So, well, we have Jalopnik. This guy is pretty funny. Tesla's new Model Y being really ugly isn't even in the top 3 reasons of why you shouldn't buy one. Yeah, I don't think the Model Y is that beautiful. I like the taxi's front end better. I know that the Model Y's front end looks similar, but it's not the same. The robo-taxi's front end is great, but the Model Ys, I don't like it too much. There are some news about Tesla's brand damage is unlike anything the auto industry has seen before, JP Morgan says. We struggle to think of anything analogous in the history of the automotive industry in which a brand has lost so much value so quickly. I can think in the 80s when Audis had some unintended acceleration problem. The stock tanked like crazy and the brand went through the floor. And then we have some Tesla owners that are disguising their cars with fake badges as a form of resistance. This is pretty incredible. And also, Australia should be added to the list of countries where Tesla sales are sliding. So yes, this is not looking very good for Tesla in the short term. And we see the effect here in the stock market. Our lines right here are only describing the behavior of the buyers and sellers, and that behavior is pretty clear. Since we made the high in December of last year, Tesla stock has been trending down at a specific rate right here. And then we started to have an acceleration in February of 2021. This is pretty easy to see. And if we look at the types of news we saw about Tesla in February 21st, we see this. Tesla recalls 376,000 vehicles. They fixed this with an over-the-air update. But look at the news, boom. And coincidentally, this is when things started to fall back a little bit faster. And then look at Elon's news on February 21st. Elon Musk's role in government raises conflict of interest. Federal technology staffers resign rather than help Musk. Elon Musk wields chainsaw at conservative gathering. So you see, this is what was happening in February 21st. We could see an acceleration in the move down since then. So you see how news impacted people's perception, and then those perceptions, whether right or wrong, impacted people's behavior. And then this has impacted the tug of war between the buyers and sellers, making more people wanting to sell, less people wanted to buy. And then the stock went approximately from 335 to 217. Right now, we are having a little bit of a pause, and nobody knows what is going to happen next. If we start breaking 252, this is going to be an indication that the tide is going higher again. If we start to go lower than 217.65, this is going to mean that the tide is going lower. In the meantime, we are going to zigzag for a while. Maybe it's going to stop here. Maybe it's going to stop here. Maybe it's going to stop here. But we are going to zigzag otherwise because we have reached an equilibrium so far. This is what we do on this channel. We are observing the mass of people buying, selling Tesla shares. and we are looking at their behaviors as a group. And when we see a significant change in one direction or another, then we can act. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.